Company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News, Public Service Union of Belize declares trade dispute with government over salary offer. Tensions flare between Police Commissioner Rosado and PSU President Flowers over allegations and retaliations. Charges dropped against 11 teachers in South protests following new evidence, and self-proclaimed journalist Joseph Ryan Budna secures bail and pleads guilty in false information case. There are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, June 10th, 2025.
It is truly a proud and historic moment for us here in San Ignacio. It gives me great joy to welcome you all to the official opening of the very first wooden basketball court in our community.
The cost of the project in completion was about $200,000. Honorable Mala was willing to assist us with this project. This is a huge investment for us.
There can be serious development through sports, especially if the right foundation, having the right facilities are in place. Then the programs follow. We can't put the carriage front of the house by having the programs, but we only have outdoor facilities. Belize rain 6 months out of the year, and having outdoor facilities is just not enough.
Our focus is going to be on education because that's a part of using sports as a vehicle to get as many of our athletes to international schools to play football, basketball, volleyball, track, whatever it is. The other thing is health. 33% of our people are afflicted by diabetes, hypertension, or some ailment like that. And those things can be prevented. So we want to create again the facilities where people can go exercise, have fun.
Electricity is evolving, and BEL is leading the way with smarter connections across Belize. Meet AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's not just a meter, it's a smarter way to manage power. Smart meters record your energy use in real time and securely send the data to BEL. Key customer benefits include real-time insights into energy usage, improved home energy planning, integration of solar, battery, and EV technologies, and innovative customer service solutions. Get ready! AMI is coming soon to municipalities across Belize, including the Keys, to give you more control and reliability. BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Good evening. With your newscast also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Jaden Gamis. The Public Service Union of Belize has today officially given notice that it has once more entered into a trade dispute with the government. This comes following the resounding rejection of the government's offer of a 4% increment with additional increments to be phased over a 3-year period. Similar to the BNTU, the PSU hosted a voting poll over the weekend, where 95% of the union's members voted to reject the government's offer and over 91% voted to declare a trade dispute. As their first action today, the leadership of the union, along with a small number of its members, marched to the Ministry of Labor this morning in Belmopan to deliver the declaration. PSU President Dean Flowers, in addressing his membership, says the union refuses to back down from their demands for an 8.5% salary adjustment in this fiscal year. Flowers outlined the union's next steps, stating that the coordinated action with other unions would begin within the coming weeks.
Today, in accordance with the law, the minister now must look at that submission and determine whether he views our dispute as legitimate. I'm pretty quite sure he's fully aware of the dispute. During that 21 days, we have all right to continue to advocate for fair salaries and for the government to return to the negotiation table, which we will do. We know that the minister will write back requesting that we consider not engaging in any industrial action that could aggravate the situation. We will await the minister. I know the Honorable Florence Marin will write back to us in short order, and we will share that again with the general membership, and the general membership will decide. That is how this union operates, based on the mandate of the general membership. And like I said, it is not our intention to create any damage to this society, any harm to any citizen, any harm to any government property. But what we will do, we will stand for justice. We're not here to bring down any government. We're not here to push any political card. We're here to defend livelihoods and dignity and with pension. We want, boy, we want fight for that. We're going to have one serious fight. So,
BNTU President Nadia Kalis today also joined with the PSU in their peaceful demonstration this morning as it relates to the BNTU's action. Kalis says the teachers will not back down until their demands are met.
Let me just say that the BNTU has its eyes on the prize, 8.5. And that government needs to realize that we ain't playing no game. And you are dragging out the negotiations, and I'm watching all the little dance that you're doing, and we are dancing with you because right now we want to see if you're genuine about the people, genuine about workers. You know, that is key. But right now where we sit, where the BMTU sits, you are trying to drag it out because school is closed and when we all intention because you think we're not going to leverage. They're not teachers, smart. Worry about the reopening.
Tonight, tensions between Commissioner of Police Dr. Richard Rosado and PSU President Dean Flowers are reaching a high point, with Flowers pointedly firing back at the Compol for remarks he made on Monday. In an interview on Monday, Compol Rosado called out PSU President.
Would you respond to the PSU President sort of calling you out, saying that you're
of high-profile police investigation? For context, we will play a portion of that interview.
Would you respond to the PSU President sort of calling you out, saying that you're weaponizing the police department, that he called you a puppet? You know, it was a plethora of commentary against you.
It is difficult, or I should say, I should be careful in what I will say, but it is difficult for me to respond to someone who does not understand the dynamics of policing, who does not understand the challenges in policing. I believe that individual just wants to spew nonsense for his own aggrandizement. But I want to ask you in the media to ask him how his phone number connected to him is linked to a high-profile investigation involving public officers.
In responding to these allegations, PSU President Dean Flowers utterly rejected the claim and instead warned the Compol not to bite the hand that feeds him, as he reminded the Compol that his position is one protected under the PSU.
His ego was bruised, And it's not about me and him, it's about the teachers and public officers, which includes him. And he needs to recognize that. He needs to recognize that if it was not for the Public Service Union of Belize, he would never be Commissioner of Police. Never. And you know why I say that? Because thanks to Public Service Union of Belize, he is now a commission officer governed by the Public Service Regulation, which is tied to a collective bargaining agreement which allows for upward mobility. So he needs to, I mean, he's a lecturer, I understand. I don't know if he's a farmer or what. So I believe he understands and should come to understand that you're not bite the hand and feed your brother. You're not bite the hand and feed your brother. This union has been protecting you from day one. This union has been championing natural justice and due process. And now that you're in a position to ensure that natural justice and due process is netted out to the citizen, please do it right.
There was a significant development today in the case involving self-proclaimed journalist Joseph Budna, who has been able to secure bail after being behind bars for several days. Budna was today rearranged in the Orange Walk Magistrates Court for charges related to 2 counts of using a computer system to disseminate false information which were brought against him following a complaint made in January of 2024 by Minister Ramon Cervantes. In court today, Budna changed his previous plea of not guilty to one of guilty to the 2 counts. His guilty plea was accepted by Magistrate Charmaine Gillette McCoy. Before sentencing, Budna addressed the court, pleading for leniency. He explained that he is the sole breadwinner for his elderly mother and offered an apology to the minister, Cervantes, stating that it was never his intention to cause him embarrassment. Taking into consideration Budna's apology, his personal circumstance, and the fact that this is his first conviction of this nature, the magistrate offered a reduction to her previous minimum fine to $5,000 and imposed a fine of $2,300 for the first count. He is to pay this amount in full before December 31st, 2025, or in default 1 year in prison. For the second count, Budna was fined an additional $2,500 due by January 31st, 2026. Failure to pay will result in a 1 year prison sentence. While those matters have now been settled, Budna also made a bail application in relation to a separate charge imposed recently. The charge is also for using a computer system to spread false information intended to cause embarrassment or public ridicule, which was filed in late May of this year. He had previously been denied bail, but today the court granted him bail in the sum of $3,000 cash, which he was able to meet. As part of his bail conditions, Budna must not be arrested for any other offense, must refrain from discussing the case on any social media platform, and is required to report to the Orange Walk Police Station every Monday and Friday. He is scheduled to reappear in court on August 15. Coming up next, fire at Independence Police Compound destroys 8 motorcycles. The case is under investigation. Stay tuned.
On the pitch, we play as a team. Off the field, we protect ourselves. Vaccine safe lives.
Measles doesn't just affect one child, it spreads fast, disrupts learning, friendships, and irreplaceable moments.
I work with my hands, but this message comes from my heart. Protect your family.
You might have seen me on social media before, but have you seen measles? Trust me, we don't want to. Protect yourself.
I've been a practicing pediatrician in Belize for the last 20 years. And through that entire time, they have never seen measles as a disease in our country. To the parents who have vaccinated their children, excellent. You have nothing to worry about. To the ones who are thinking about it, please get it done as soon as possible. Vaccination do save lives.
Hi, my name is Louis and I'm from the Rotary Club of San Ignacio.
Olá, meu nome é Débora, sou natural de Belo Horizonte.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Luis Jesús Galván.
I am Inga Jackson and today I'm going to donate blood.
Bueno, hoy es día de ir a donar sangre.
E hoje eu vou efetuar minha doação de sangue.
Pues el día de hoy decidí salvar unas cuantas vidas.
Hoy me toca. Vim aqui na Minas doar sangue. Vamos ir a donar.
I've just arrived at the lab for blood donation.
Acabo de llegar al Centro Regional de Hemoterapia.
Então, agora eu cheguei na parte mais importante.
Esta parte es donde ya estamos listos para donar.
So here am I giving blood.
Oigan, pues ya voy saliendo.
Bueno, pues ya me encuentro saliendo del proceso, todo fue excelente.
Bueno, recién llego de donar sangre, la primera experiencia.
Ya van más de 4 meses que doné por última vez.
De 2004 que vengo haciendo esto periódicamente.
That feeling that you know you are able to help someone.
Porque a partir daqui, minha bolsa de sangue vai para salvar algumas vidas.
No te esperes a necesitarlo, ayúdalo, dona sangre y salva vidas.
Um abraço.
Electricity is evolving, and BEL is leading the way with smarter connections across Belize. Meet AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's not just a meter, it's a smarter way to manage power. Smart meters record your energy use in real time and securely send the data to BEL. Key customer benefits include real-time insights into energy usage, improved home energy planning, integration of solar, battery, and EV technologies, and innovative customer service solutions. Get ready! AMI is coming soon to municipalities across Belize, including the Keys, to give you more control and reliability. BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Attention farmers, the New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animal's well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
A fire erupted late Tuesday morning at the police compound in Independence, southern Belize, resulting in the destruction of 8 motorcycles. The incident prompted an investigation by authorities to determine the cause and circumstances surrounding the blaze. According to Assistant Superintendent Stacy Smith, the fire began around 10:30 a.m. on the eastern side of the police station, which houses the Independence Strike Force, ISF. Police officers on the scene reported that the blaze was sparked by a high-tension power line that became undone, causing a fire that quickly spread to the nearby property.
The fire service personnel were summoned and they responded. However, because of the high tension wire, they had to await the arrival of BL personnel.
The BL personnel arrived and the fire was subsequently contained, and the extent of the damages are limited to the said 8 motorcycles. The property, the building was not affected by the fire. The motorcycles were not the motorcycles that were being used by the police officers. They were actually properties that were in possession of the police as a consequence of abandoned property or property whose owner cannot be identified, suspected to have been stolen.
The value in damages is yet to be ascertained. No injuries were reported during the fire. The 11 teachers who were previously charged in connection with protest action which took place in the South on Wednesday of last week were today issued letters officially notifying them that they no longer need to appear in court tomorrow. The letters come after a decision was made to drop the charges following discussions between the Commissioner of Police and BNTU National President Nadia Callis late last week. In an interview on Monday, Compol Dr. Richard Rosado confirmed that the charges were dropped after new evidence was brought forward in relation to this matter.
How would you respond?
Consideration made when you decided to drop these charges?
Well, the union brought to us additional evidential material for us to consider in our deliberation to withdraw the charges.
The 11 teachers previously charged were facing offenses of unlawfully assembled with the purpose of committing a riot and causing obstruction to a police officer whilst in execution of his duties. The Ministry of Economic Transformation, MET, has issued a statement to clarify recent media reports concerning the recruitment process for the position of Financial Administrator with the Global Fund Implementation Unit, responsible for managing the Global Fund Cycle 7 grant. As the principal recipient PR of the Global Fund, MET emphasizes its unwavering commitment to transparency, accountability, and adherence to both national and international standards throughout all operations, procedures, especially in recruitment activities. The Global Fund, a prominent international financing organization supporting Belize's HIV/AIDS response since 2007, appointed the Ministry of Economic Development, now the Ministry of Economic Transformation, as the new principal recipient in August 2024. This transition followed a comprehensive capacity assessment by the Global Fund to ensure compliance with fiduciary, programmatic, and governance standards. Full approval was granted in October 2024, paving the way for the official launch for the recruitment process. The vacancy for the financial administrator was publicly advertised on November 4th, 2024, in strict accordance with Government of Belize procurement protocols and with explicit approval from the Global Fund. The application, screening, and shortlisting process was conducted transparently, based on the criteria outlined in approved terms of reference. 4 candidates advanced to the interview stage. The interview panel consisted of representatives from key government agencies and technical experts. Following the interviews held on November 2024, the evaluation committee completed a standardized assessment. Jorge Rodriguez emerged as top candidate based on technical skills and experience and was subsequently recommended for appointment. The recommendation was submitted to the Ministry of Finance for review and then forwarded to the Office of the Contractor General for final approval. Mr. Rodriguez was officially offered the position and accepted on December 31st, 2024, with his engagement effective from January 1st, 2025. The ministry underscores that at no point was Minister of State Dr. the Honorable Osman Martinez involved in the recruitment process. During the time of the selection, he served as Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Trade until March 12, 2025. Additionally, the Ministry of Economic Transformation confirms that procurement process was independently conducted by an evaluation committee comprising designated technical personnel and oversight bodies in strict accordance with established guidelines. On Monday, we told you about the peaceful protest carried out by former PSU President Gerald Henry in Belmopan against the Ministry of Public Service. The protest came about as Henry claimed the ministry unfairly denied his promotion to Supervisor of Audit despite him being the most qualified person for the position.
I think that we are pretty much exposing some of the things that a lot of our public officers are suffering in silence, right? I know that I've spoken to several public officers and they have told me that some of these very same issues with regards to not being promoted and being perfectly qualified and experienced, but they have been overlooked and superseded by those who are less experienced and less qualified, such as myself. No, I got my master's degree in 2016, and from the University of West Indies, and to date I have not been promoted. Right, I just recently, I think in April, submitted for promotion to the Supervisor of Audit position. And the Minister of the Public Service just outrightly rejected it, right? Without giving me any reason whatsoever, right? And that's despite the fact that I'm literally more qualified than the Auditor General right now, right? She got her purported master's degree in 2019, right? I got mine in 2016, right? So that made me more qualified than her from back then. I am also 10 years her senior in the public service on a whole, and at least 7 years her senior in the audit department, right? So how then can that person be, be superseded over me, right? What's actually the qualifying factor, right? Since according to the public service regulations, she's not more qualified than I am, right? Those are some of the things, and one of.
In response to Monday's protest action by Henry and another individual, today, the Office of the Auditor General issued a formal response stating that both persons were previously deemed an audit risk after refusing to adhere to the office's code of ethics, aligned with international auditing standards. According to the Auditor General, the pair declined to follow the internal policy requiring staff to sign a code of conduct under the international standards of supreme audit institutions. The release further states that due to non-productivity, neither individual was eligible for appraisal. It also claims that one had not approached supervisors to complete required evaluations. While one officer has since been re-engaged and assigned to an audit team in hopes of improved performance, the other officer clarified that the second individual who participated in the protest action is no longer employed there and cannot represent the office, publicly adding that her pension benefits have already been settled. There is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
On the pitch, we play as a team. Off the field, we protect ourselves. Vaccine safe lives.
Measles doesn't just affect one child, it spreads fast, disrupts learning, friendships, and irreplaceable moments.
I work with my hands, but this message comes from my heart. Protect your family.
You might have seen me on social media before, but have you seen measles? Trust me, we don't want to. Protect yourself.
I've been a practicing pediatrician in Belize for the last 20 years. And through that entire time, they have never seen measles as a disease in our country. To the parents who have vaccinated their children, excellent. You have nothing to worry about. To the ones who are thinking about it, please get it done as soon as possible. Vaccination do save lives.
Hi, my name is Louis and I'm the Rotary Club of Saling Nassau.
Olá, meu nome é Débora, sou natural de Belo Horizonte.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Luis Jesús Galván.
I am Inga Jackson and today I'm going to donate blood.
Bueno, hoy es día de ir a donar sangre.
E hoje eu vou efetuar minha doação de sangue.
Pues el día de hoy decidí salvar unas cuantas vidas.
Hoy me toca. Vim aqui na Maminas doar sangue.
Vamos a ir a donar.
Just arrived at the lab for blood donation.
Acabo de llegar al Centro Regional de Hemoterapia.
Então, agora eu cheguei na parte mais importante.
Esta parte es donde ya estamos listos para donar.
So here am I giving blood.
Oigan, pues ya voy saliendo.
Bueno, pues ya me encuentro saliendo del proceso, todo fue excelente.
Bueno, recién llego de donar sangre, la primera experiencia.
Ya van más de 4 meses que doné por última vez.
Desde 2004 que vengo haciendo esto periódicamente.
That feeling that you know you are able to help someone.
Porque a partir daqui, minha bolsa de sangue vai para salvar algumas vidas.
No te esperes a necesitarlo, ayúdalo, dona sangre y salva vidas.
Um abraço.
Electricity is evolving, and BEL is leading the way with smarter connections across Belize. Meet AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's not just a meter, it's a smarter way to manage power. Smart meters record your energy use in real time and securely send the data to BEL. Key customer benefits include real-time insights into energy usage, improved home energy planning, integration of solar, battery, and EV technologies, and innovative customer service solutions. Get ready! AMI is coming soon to municipalities across Belize, including the Keys, to give you more control and reliability. BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
The Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, BSCFA, has issued an urgent alert to its members regarding a suspected cyber scam targeting cane farmers in the region. Members have reported receiving unusual Zoom invitations from an individual claiming to be named Rose. These virtual meetings, scheduled for 8 p.m., purportedly aim to empower cane farmers, but contain suspicious requests. Participants are asked to verify their identities by sharing a 6-digit code and providing their email addresses. The BSCFA emphasizes that these invitations are not authorized or connected to the organization. The association warns members against sharing any personal or sensitive information during these calls. Authorities believe that calls may be a part of a broader scheme designed to compromise individuals' devices or access financial accounts. Several farmers have already experienced adverse effects after engaging with the scam calls, with reports of losing access to their WhatsApp accounts. The BSCFA urges farmers to exercise caution and refrain from responding to such unsolicited messages or sharing any personal data. The Port of Belize, Ltd, PBL, has officially announced the appointment of a new board of directors, marking a pivotal transition in its leadership structure. The move comes following the conclusion of the Transitions Board's term, which was responsible for navigating the company through recent reforms and restructuring. Ambassador Lin Young has been named chairman of the new board. He will be joined by distinguished members Priscilla Banner, Ray Guerrero, Ian Courtney, Elena Smith, Kevin Castillo, Dinesh Bojwani, and CEO Arturo Vasquez, who serves as an ex officio member. The government of Belize appointed the new board to enhance strategic oversight and operational efficiency while aligning port development with national economic objectives. PBL expressed its gratitude to the outgoing transitional board led by Dr. Gilbert Canton for its commitment and leadership during a crucial period of transition. The new board will now focus on strengthening port operations, improving service delivery, and supporting Belize's broader economic goals. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, June 11th, here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at www.ctv3news.com. You can also log on our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3 Belize News or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.